Okay.
Good, good morning, everybody, and welcome to
Good
the
morning.
Restaurant News Networking Group, crazy as it is. Uh, my name is Howard Appel, founder and publisher of today's Restaurant News, and we are a group of vendors who are here to help each other grow our business. And if you're a restaurant owner, manager, or chef, and uh, haven't have been having a difficulty solving a problem, we invite you to give us a call. We're here to help. You can give us a call at 561 620 8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com and take a look at our YouTube channel, which is accessible on our website at trnusa.com. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Howie.
And this morning we have one of our group members is going to give us some information about his company. So I'm going to turn it over to Jeremy Carson of Worksite, and I'm looking forward to this.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to present Worksite to you guys. Just kind of give you a little bit of more insight. I know I talk about some of the high level highlighted stuff every week when I do make it, outside of shootings and vacations. But definitely excited to show you what we can do. I got a couple examples in here of some clients I've helped recently, some of the power of what we do behind the scenes. So let me just share my screen here. Oh, where's the share button? Of course. Oh boy. There it is. Sorry. All right. Okay, please let me know when you can see.
Yeah.
Screen. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So we'll just start with the screen in the beginning. So we're Worksite HR. We just had a rebranding. We have a brand new website. All of us sales guys are getting QR codes. You go right to our own personal website, which is really great. So we're really excited about that. They're putting some money behind us reps out here in the field. Love that. So they really believe in what we're doing, and we believe in what they're doing. They're a great organization to work for. I'm presenting this for you guys. That's the wrong date, of course. So just want to start with some great referrals for me and maybe some great referral partners, people you may know that if you'd be willing to connect me, I'd appreciate it. So restaurants are at the top of the list. That's 48% of our client book. We just do a really good job in that space. We're also very good in the trades industries. I just put a few examples here: HVAC, electricians, plumbers, because those are kind of the top three for people in residential. But any kind of trade, welders, you name it, we want to talk to them. The only thing I don't touch is restoration companies and roofers because of the danger involved with mold and falling off roofs. And anything in moving water. So I can't help a dock builder on St. John's River, right? So assisted living facilities are great for us. We are one of the few PEOs that want to work with assisted living facilities because of the pulled backs and slip and falls in those industries. A lot of them stay away from it, but we actually welcome that risk in our book of business. Great referral partners are you guys, CPAs and bookkeepers, PEO brokers, business brokers, and merchant service reps. So here's an example of a concrete company called DN Concrete here in Jacksonville, Florida. They work in about 5 different states. They're actually 18 employees now since we brought them on. Oops. 18 employees. Let me go back. And the owners are on full payroll. I was referred into them by a trusted credit card rep at Capital One. They were concerned about their service. It kept going down at their current PEO, and also being able to pay with their charge card. No one would offer that to them. So we did a test pilot with them. We said, yeah, we're actually willing to try that. So this is where we get creative with our clients. We're willing to try stuff if it makes sense. So we said, yeah, we'll let you push the money to us instead of an ACH. But of course, we had a fallback. If the charge card doesn't come through in time, we're going to ACH the money to make sure that we get paid and that your employees get paid. but it worked. And the reason why they wanted to do this, guys, is because the rewards on a charge card is incredible. They get charged something like 2% from their charge card company, but the rewards are like 10%. So it's an 8%, rewards for them on over $2 million in payroll. So that's huge for them, just a way to get money back in their pockets. And it helped them create a better benefit structure for their employees and to contribute to more of the cost of the benefits for their employees. This is my most recent client example as a restaurant in Rose Villa in Ormond Beach. 55 employees. We reduced our workers' comp premiums and took away the annual audit. They were in a situation where their payroll company cut ties with them because the old bookkeeper just lost their marbles, to be quite frank, and stopped paying quarterly taxes, stopped paying for the payroll, stopped paying for workers' comp. Everything was just discombobulated. We got 55 employees uploaded and onboarded in weeks. We moved quickly for them because they were desperate, right? So we put aside some smaller projects and helped these guys get going. We also reduced their SUTA, their State Unemployment Tax Administration, by $3,500, and we handle all the claims for that and the workers' comp. Now originally I found a $31,514 tax credit. We're actually projecting to be about $36,000 now, if everything stays the same each quarter, but we're projecting for $36,000 now for them. And then we updated their handbook and job descriptions. They didn't even have anything. They just had you're hired here, wear the right non-slip shoes, and that was the extent of their handbook. So we did all that. We implemented a safety program, and then we administer all of their health supplemental benefits and 401k deductions. So we also launched 401k for them, and that 401k program only costs them $250 per year to have it available to all their employees and managers, full-time employees. I should be clear on that. So who we are, this is our two founders, Justin on the left and John on the right. They were two guys that worked at another PEO and said, we've got to create a better PEO where people actually want to come to work and don't hate their jobs and employees never want to leave. So they did that back in 2013. We are headquartered in Northport, Florida, where Justin is born and raised. He wanted to plant the company in his hometown. So that's what we've done there. Some of the core set of values: full transparency, service first philosophy. No is not in the vocabulary. We do our best to find a way to say yes, kind of like the charge credit situation. We are data driven, so we're always going to find a way to not do it the way it's always been done, because we want to make sure that our clients are satisfied with what's going on while doing business with us. We have flexible benefit options. So it's not just a master health program. It's going to the agency. It's going to Amwins, and getting a no underwriting, no age banded type plan is the cost for a health plan with no requirements, no participation. So we get very, very flexible, and then we own our own captive workers' comp policy. Obviously, we still answer to a carrier, but we have the ability to override deals. So if someone's had an issue with losses in the past, guys, we can help put together a safety plan, give them an incentive to follow the safety plan, like 10% back at the end of the year. Maybe add a deductible if they were to have another claim, so that it doesn't hit the policy so hard, right? A lot of things we can do differently, and get creative for people that have had issues in the past with workers' comp. So since 2017, we've been a best company to work for. We actually just got it in 2024. That was announced like 2 weeks ago. So I'll be getting another badge to put on here. But that's we're one of the best companies to work for in Florida. It's not moving. There it goes. Okay. So these are the areas that I've already touched on, but we do payroll administration and tax compliance. So some of the difference between how you would run payroll now as opposed to how you'd run it with Worksite is it's a co-employment relationship. So PEO is professional employer organization. Payroll and tax administration goes under our EIN. We pay your taxes on your behalf under our EIN because there's a co-employment relationship. The IRS understands that the taxes go to you guys, but what happens is the 940 and 941 is ours. It's not yours anymore. So really what you're doing is giving your schedule of fees with Worksite to your CPA and asking them to find a way to write off everything they can that you spent with us. because we have our own captive workers compensation program, once again, we can get creative with the pricing. There's no audit, human resources guidance, innovative technology and electronic onboarding, and then of course, the benefits administration. Oh, come on. It's got a little hiccup, sorry. So last year we hit 98.9% client retention. I didn't round it up to 99 just because it wouldn't let me. But what that means is we only lose one client to competition. That number does not include people going out of business. It doesn't include someone buying a business and saying, hey, Jeremy, go kick rocks. We're going to go with our guy that we've had for 20 years, right? That number includes someone actually taking business away from us. Our accuracy rate is because we have a quality assurance department. So not only are you going to check the payroll, but your payroll rep's going to check the payroll, and then we're going to have quality assurance check it for you. And then our growth last year was 39%, and a lot of that came from clients being happy with us and referring their friends that also own businesses. I already talked about that. We'll skip that one. So here's some of the HR administration. This is really important because a lot of people don't understand what EPLI is and how EAP, handbooks, procedures, and mineral HR can help them. So EPLI covers everything outside of general liability and workers' comp. So this means if a customer comes in and beats up one of your employees, your employee can sue you for allowing a customer into the business that was unruly and not getting them out soon enough and not handling the situation. If you lose that lawsuit and that employee wins a few $100,000, that could shut you down, right? So this insurance covers up to $1 million with a $25,000 deductible and covers the rest of everything. It covers the lawyer's fees, it covers getting the lawyer, all that stuff, right? So this way, if you did have a crazy instance where an employee tried to sue you or one of your clients, this would help cover them and keep them whole, which is really important. Handbooks, we are SHRM certified degreed professionals in our HR department, so you'll have someone to help guide you and make sure that you're in compliance at all times. And then a great example for Mineral HR, we have an online training and human resources program where people can assign sexual harassment training, and everyone has to go get certified that they've taken sexual harassment training. In New York, you have to do it twice a year, and you have to pay for that. So with us, we include it in our pricing, so you can go get that handled and taken care of. That's just one example. Workplace safety, workplace harassment, all that fun stuff, just how to handle all that. Everything's electronic. We do the employee self-service solution. Employees can get all their pay stubs, benefits, submit changes through the worksite portal instead of calling the HR person at the company and bugging them. Electronic onboarding, we do everything electronic. The only thing you're required to keep on hand per federal guidelines under a PEO is still the I-9. So we'll put everything in electronically and report that to the IRS, but there needs to be a paper copy on site at the job. So that's important to know if anyone ever asks you about I-9s, which you probably don't hear that too often, but that's important to know. The work opportunity tax credit. So this is awesome. We will do this for you. Now, we do charge 20% of what we find, but if we find nothing, we get paid nothing. The work opportunity tax credit is if you hire a disabled unemployed veteran, you can get up to $9,600. We'll do all the work. It takes a long time to get it. There's a lot of work to get these kinds of tax credits, but we'll do it all for you, and we'll just charge you 20% and put the rest as an invoice credit with us, and it helps cover all of our fees, your workers' comp, your state unemployment. However the credit gets used up, that'll be applied to you through an invoice credit with Worksite. FinFit, this is basically someone needs to get groceries and it's not payday yet. They can pay a small fee and get anywhere from $500 to $10,000 on FinFit loan, or Wage Now, $100 to $500, and it's usually paid back within 1 to 2 payroll cycles. One of them is next paycheck. The other one is a 5-month average term. So those are just ways to help people in a bind. If they need groceries, keep the lights on, and they, it's due on Wednesday, but they don't get paid till Friday, right? So this kind of helps those people in a bind, and it keeps the business out of the loop. This loan is between the employee and FinFit, not between the employee and the employer. So if the employee takes this loan and quits, they still owe the money to FinFit, not the employer. So this way, your employer is not putting at risk any cash flow or putting at risk any people walking after they get an advance on a payday. So that's really important. Member deals. So this is the employee assistance program in the employee discount website. So you can go on here, get discounts for a bunch of stuff. You can also get counseling sessions for finances, marriage. You can get how to find the best scholarships for my kid going to college. They'll tell you where to find all that. So this is really cool. It's kind of like, when you join a Fortune 500 company, they usually give you access to a employee discount website. So we do that as well. Employee pay cards. This is awesome because I used to work in banking, guys. I don't know if you know that. But I had people that couldn't even qualify for what's called a second chance checking account because they were so egregious in their overdrafts and whatnot with the bank that no one will take them on. And all the banks report this to each other. So this card allows people to get a card, get their pay direct deposited on a Visa. It cannot be overdrawn. And it allows them to operate again with a Visa debit card as opposed to carrying around a bunch of cash in their pocket and risking that cash being lost. If the card is lost, we can have it replaced typically within 2 days. So that's really great for the employee that has, maybe had some past trouble managing their finances. So here's the FICA tip tax credit. So this is annualized, and this is an example of one employee and what the annualized credit would look like. It's $2,760. We take the weekly wages, the minimum wage at the federal level, the rate difference, and then we use our fancy schmancy, Excel spreadsheet, and it comes up with that annual credit for that employee. So prior years, we're happy to recalculate the tax credits for past years, but there's now a charge for that because it's way more expensive. So we charge 10% if you want us to go back 3 years when you were not a client of ours. So if you come on new and you're like, hey, no one ever did this for me, we'll go back and get it. Now, I had to kind of take out a little bit of the example here. This is a small restaurant in Wildwood area. They have 17 employees total, and they had, I think it was like 12 or 13 tipped employees. Their annualized credit is $17,623. The quarterly is basically $4,400. So their total fees with us, guys, were $11,500. Adding everything that I just showed you in the presentation, they took everything. So they're literally paying for everything they do with us, and they have money left over. And they launched the supplemental benefits program for their employees, and are paying for up to $100 a month per employee that elects to take any supplemental benefits, such as vision, dental, life insurance, cancer plans, accident plans, things like that. So it's a full service offering. Our restaurants especially can benefit from this. So that's why I'm excited to talk to you guys, because the restaurant base, they're trying to find margin everywhere they can find it. And if they don't have a restaurant-centric CPA that's handling this tip credit, we'll do it for them. We'll front the money because you can only file this yearly, guys. So because we audit the payroll every week, we can front the money on a quarterly basis, knowing what's going to come back to us at the end of the year. And we give it to them as an invoice credit, covering all of our fees and whatever's left over after our administrative fees, like the workers' compensated unemployment or whatever else, whatever bucket it's going to go into. So this is a good way to create some margin. They're not going to create margin like $50,000 a month, but if I can give them back $1,000 a month in spending through this program, that's $1,000 a month to buy extra straws and cups and any smallwares they might need, or more beef for the burgers, whatever they need it for, wherever I can help. One client, it's $3,000 a month, and we're doing their 3 years prior. But the great thing about them is they're going to take that prior 3 years and give it to Meals on Wheels. So we're partnering with them. We're actually not going to charge them for the prior 3 years because they're donating the money to Meals on Wheels, and we're going to match part of that donation. So we're going to do a case study on it. We're going to do a big blog post about it. You'll see that story come out soon. And that's really all I got. I know it's a lot of information, like drinking through a fire hose. So I appreciate the opportunity to present to you guys. I want to open it up for any questions. I know that's a lot of information.
For a restaurant, how are you paying their taxes? Explain that portion of it to me. I may have an opportunity and I want to understand it a little clearer.
So their taxes get paid. It just goes under REIN because of the co-employment. So they're the manager and director and owner on site. We're the back office. So the taxes get paid on our 940, 941. We file that with the federal government, but we also send them a file as a PEO that states that, hey, this segment of the taxes goes to Herb's restaurant. This segment of the taxes goes to Rose Villa in Ormond Beach. So everyone gets their taxes paid, and they get a report for that, so they can reconcile their books and everything that shows that their taxes were paid. And so if you have an opportunity, most restaurants have heard of PEOs. It's the other industries that haven't necessarily and haven't heard of it. So the taxes do get paid, and we just make sure that the right report goes to the government. Excuse me, I can't even speak today.
I have a long-term client that's been that saw a demo from Toast, and Toast told them that they could pay their sales taxes at the end of the month. Is that something that you do?
Well, we don't do sales tax. No, so sales tax is totally different from your IRS taxes. That's usually going to be your local sales tax registration as a business.
Got it.
Yeah. And they may still be able to do that because that's totally separate from the payroll. Sales tax is completely separate. It's not even in the same bucket of taxes that you would do for payroll.
I'm surprised they're doing it at all, but that's another story.
Well,
yeah.
Herb, I was going to say, you're right. The way Florida's sales tax is structured is so damn confusing because they tax this, they tax that, they don't tax this, they tax this at 0.5%. You need a manual to go through sales tax every month.
Yeah.
And then if you go out and buy something and you charge to your credit card, they want you to pay tax on that if you credit from out of state.
Right. This group happens to be in Philadelphia, but nevertheless, I never heard of this.
I'm still not clear about the FICA tax tip, that
Sure.
portion. Can you just go over that? Make me understand.
Sure. So what happens is you're not supposed to pay FICA on the tips. It's only on the actual hourly or salaried wages. So the government has a tax credit for that for the people that pay attention. Otherwise, the restaurants that don't file it, they're paying those taxes on tips. I will tell you that it makes me really angry when I hear restaurants don't know and their CPA doesn't know anything about it. So what happens is this FICA tip tax credit, if you're paying taxes on this stuff all year, that's, like I showed you with Roseville, that was $31,000 and we're projecting 36 at this point. So that's really, really impactful to a business, right? Having that money back in their pocket and getting it back quarterly. Now, if they have a CPA that does it for them, guys, and they do it at the end of the year, it's an offset to their taxes. They don't realize it is real-time cash. That's the difference with us doing it. We're giving them real-time cash and fronting them the money, and we're filing it later under REIN. But they're still getting 100% of the money. We take no cut of FICA tip. The only place we take a cut is on the work opportunity tax credits. We do not touch the tax credit for FICA. I want to make sure that that's clear because I know I did talk about work opportunity tax credit and the fee for that. But we make sure they get 100% back. And then if it makes sense, we will we'll also include the EPLI, which is that insurance that's above GL and workers' comp. So, but the FICA tip tax credit, it's based on the federal minimum wage of $5.15. So apparently it's still at $5.15 on the books at federal. And if we pay $8.90 or $9.98 here now, right? Is it $9.98 or $10.98? $9.98 for tipped employees.
Jeremy,
anyway.
when you have a second, I have multiple questions.
Yeah, sure.
My name is Jeremy. I own restaurants.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm at the gym
No, you're
and
fine.
I'm wearing a mask and
Awesome.
everything
Okay.
else. I have, I'm dealing with health issues. And I'm listening to what you said. And I came on late, so I missed
Mhm.
some of the early stuff, but
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty able to follow. Now, first of all, if you use a big payroll service, a la ADP or Paychex or one of those companies,
Yep.
they're making sure your tax credits are returned to you at the end of the year, correct?
Yeah. So I do know that I
Your
won't say
your
their name.
tip tax credit.
Yeah. So the tax credit, the tip tax. So I know for a fact that other companies do it, but they do take a percentage. We're the only PEO that does not. So I know that Paychex takes a percentage, Venture. The other ones I won't say because I'm not sure what their percentage is, but those are the two I do know do take a
Okay.
percentage.
All right.
I just talked to a
Okay.
50
So you do the
location.
same thing, but you don't take it. Okay.
Yep.
I respect that. Another
Yep.
question I have is when you say EPLI,
Hmm.
when you say, is that full EPLI? Like if one server is harassing another server and they sue me,
Yep.
or if someone
Yep.
says the manager is
100%.
racist or something like that.
Yep. Yep. It even covers the third party stuff. Yeah. So I actually clarified that with our carrier. It does cover third party up to $1 million per instance with a $25,000 deductible. So if you lose, like we get the lawyers involved, and let's say you lose, Jeremy, and you
Yeah.
lose at $300,000, you're only out $25,000 and you're $1,500 in premium for the year, whatever the number is, because it's only $1.50 per employee per week with us. I think the going rate in open market is $1.72. It goes up
No,
every
you're
year, so I
welcome.
apologize if I'm off on that. But I've seen it as high as
Okay.
$4 an employee. But we
And what
keep
is
it
your
as
fee?
low as we. Go ahead.
What was your fee?
$1.50 per employee per week. So if you have 10 employees, it's $15 a week on premium,
Okay.
and that covers you.
If you have 50, it's 75 per week, which comes out to $4,000, give or take, roughly.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's a cost for sure. And let me ask you the other question. If I use my own attorney, um, and I use my own attorney, do I still can I use my own attorney before I tell you guys to jump in? In other words, if I have an attorney that's going to cost me $5,000 to at least get this thing started and see if we can just get it to go bye-bye. And if not, then my attorney passes it on to you, and then I have to pay the first 25.
Well, that's only if you lose the case, right? So the 25,000 is only if you lose.
But you guys, but you guys cover legal fees too, right?
Right.
With you,
Right.
so
Right. So I'd have to check and see if your lawyer could get involved or not. I
because
think it has to be under the
because
contracted lawyers.
usually the way it works is I use a small one-off company which costs me 5 or 10 grand, and if
Mm-hmm.
I go with your guys, it's a big corporate firm, and they'll piss away 5, 10 grand shaking my hand on the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that goes. Okay. There was another question. I can't remember. If I think of it, I'll jump back in and ask you. But your program
Absolutely.
sounds interesting. Is there room to negotiate on like the ETLI thing?
There is, as long as there's enough margin. So in some cases, I'll give you an example.
So we have like 5 restaurants and 200 people. Are they going
Yeah,
to
I can probably negotiate that down without any effort.
Okay.
But let's just put it that way. Like we're not interested in turning away business, Jeremy. Anything we can do to earn business and still make sure that we're able to keep the lights on and pay our people and make sure that their kids can go to college and all that fun stuff, we'll do it. I mean, we'll take less profit to earn someone's business and then show them how good we are and then say, hey, now that we've earned your business, refer me to the other friends that own 5 restaurants. So
And the big issue is always changing in the middle of the year from one payroll company to the other company. And
Yep.
I know everyone says, "Oh no, we get it all together. We're responsible." But and how long have you been in business?
Worksite's been in business 11 years as of December. And then I've been in payroll since 2014. So what?
Well,
Oh,
about
11
11
years, I
years
guess.
also.
11 years, yes. But I've only been with this company a little under 2 years. But I will tell you, I know I don't know if this matters to you guys, but the way we're treated at this company is incredible, and they do the same thing for our clients. We are given a lot of autonomy. We're very creative for our clients. I don't know if you heard the part, Jeremy, but we had a client test pilot the charge card with us instead of doing ACH or reverse wires. They're paying us with their charge card, not a credit card. I want to make sure there's the distinction. A charge card is like an Amex, a Capital One business card, where they push the money to us and earn rewards. And we actually let them test pilot that with us. And now we're the only PEO that does that.
That sounds
So we
good.
get very creative. We're very creative.
Yeah, you had a good spiel. I have to say that. I'm probably willing to talk to you.
Awesome. I look forward to hearing from you. I'll put my number in the chat, and I know Howard will
You
send
can
it
get
out
my
later.
information. My information's in there.
Okay, awesome. Any other questions, guys?
Jeremy in New York, I don't know if you mentioned, he owns several restaurants throughout the metropolitan area in New York. And
Okay.
he's been on the call even before you became a member here. And I think he asks the questions that a lot of other restaurant owners are probably, wanting to ask. So thanks for coming, Jeremy.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Did a good job.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Very good presentation. Appreciate it. Anybody else want to volunteer to do a presentation in the next month or so?
I think I'm scheduled in 2 weeks, right?
Oh, yeah, let's see. Yes, you are. May 2nd. Okay.
May 2nd is next week.
Well, that's what I have you down for. Is that what you want, or you want the one after?
Whatever's best for the team.
Oh, no.
Whatever you like.
May 2nd's wonderful.
You got it.
Right.
Okay, Howie, I volunteer.
I don't have to cross it out and rewrite it, so that's good. All right. Well, let's get into our intros. Once again, Jeremy, thank you for the presentation.
Yeah.
Lightning. It's amazing what your company does. There's so many different segments that you do. It's really something. Brian, why don't you start us off?
Oh God. Okay. Hey, great presentation, Jeremy.
Thank you.
One thing I was going to ask you real quick before I get started, I guess, now you're helping the owner, but you're also helping keep retention with the employees.
Mm-hmm.
You're offering something to them to stay there, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a problem, especially with the restaurant industry, is a lot of turnover with employees and stuff. That's really good.
Right.
Again, I'm Brian. I'm with a company called Rogue Financial Group. We are a commercial equipment financing company. I do work with the end user, work with the dealers that bring me clients that are looking for financing. Small projects, large projects. We will look at startups, primarily in the hospitality. I do work in other industries. Again, we work all over the country, and we are a commercial equipment financing company. And I'm Brian with Rogue Financial Group. I could be reached 404-723-7222. Thanks, and have a great day.
Okay, I'm going to let Chris follow you.
Okay.
Oh, come on, man. Good morning, everybody. Chris Kaufman, all-star talent for the restaurant industry, primarily focusing on small to medium-sized companies, but also dealing periodically with New York Stock Exchange companies. We have a $1.1 billion company that has just given us an assignment, and we are looking to take care of business along those lines. It's a restaurant general manager gig, but it's a very important gig. It's about a six-figure job, and it's located not too far from Orlando. And so we are excited about getting to work on that project. And that's how we service the industry, work on behalf of the industry to provide human capital. Because a lot of times they'll say, well, we just want to run an ad on Indeed. I tell them, please do. Yeah, and see what you can find. And then if they don't find what they're looking for through internet marketing or whatever, then they feel that much more confident and that much more comfortable in working with us because we happen to have resources and databases and contacts that they don't have because we're not running a restaurant company. We are basically working in human trafficking and in the positive light. And we've been doing this wonderful business since Monday, April 6, 1981. Just had our 44th anniversary. It was a heck of a party. Went on for a couple of weeks, but now we're back, and we're glad to be back. So if you'd like all-star talent and increase your human capital for your restaurant, 404 All-Star, 404-255-7827. Just ask for Chris. And if the party is still going on, he'll get back to you. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Herb. Good morning.
Good morning. Herb Denmark with Merchant Services International. Just closed a deal last week with two restaurants doing the dual processing program. We're saving them about $72,000 a year. We work all across the country and in Canada. Been doing this gig for 31 years and would love the opportunity to work with you guys. You can reach me at 610-721-2793.
Okay. Ed, good morning.
Good morning. Ed Gerton with Seco Sales out of Orange Park, Florida, which is just west of Jacksonville, Florida. We're an equipment supply company that specializes in frozen dessert equipment. So we have soft serve ice cream machines from Carpigiani. We have batch freezers from Carpigiani and BGI Industries. We have display cases from ESA and GTI Design. And they're all European, and I'm still going crazy trying to figure out the tariffs. What's in and what's out. I think it changes by the day right now. So we'll see. And every one of the companies has a different policy as to what they're doing with the tariffs or not doing with the tariffs. So anyway, you can reach me at 904-334-4489. And we have been doing, Seco Sales have been around since April of 2008. So we've been here a few years. Have a great day, everybody.
Terry, you have to get Ed the contact information of that media dinner that we went to. Get him the information.
Oh, yeah.
The owner.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Because he's got a machine that can.
That's the coffee donut place or whatever.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this last week, did we not, Ed?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
About those swirling
I spoke
we
to Ed
talked about it. I think those are the equivalent of a BGI machine.
Okay.
I don't know if they're using BGI or if they're doing Technogel, which will be interesting, or if they're doing the Chinese version. And if it's a Chinese version, I don't know what they're going to do for parts or anything right now, because that's
Right.
what, 145% tariff on that stuff.
They're not.
So that's,
Get him the contact
I mean-
information, Terry.
Huh?
it'll probably still be cheaper than the Italians,
Wow.
So
because
send
the
me
a lot of the Chinese ice cream companies, their equipment is about a third of the price of what I'm paying. So they can double it and still be cheaper.
Yeah, but
Well-
it's not going to hold up. It's not going to last, and you're not going to be able to get the parts to fix it.
And as I've been told, if I buy that machine and it breaks in 2 years, I buy another one, I'm still cheaper off than buying something from you. And in 4 years, I probably won't be here.
Well, then, Chinese it is.
That's life in the big city, if that's what they're going to do.
Wow.
Well, just call the White House and tell them to put more tariffs on.
Yeah, that's what we need. Have to send Musk on them.
Did you
Or have the Doge people.
fellas how to reach you?
Oh, 904-334-4489. And like I said, we're in Orange Park, Florida.
Okay, thanks. And Tom, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It seems as though we saving restaurants a lot of money today, because that's what Jeremy spoke of and Herb and someone else. What we do, I'm with Dreams Business Resources, and what we do tracks a lot with what Jeremy presented today. There are 8 different ways that we save, just not restaurants, businesses money. And 2 of them, somebody said they get mad at the accountants for not showing their employees, not showing their clients. But that's what we find with 2 of the verticals that we use. Most of the companies don't know that this money exists sitting there for them on the table, and the accountants don't tell them about it. One is a payroll tax credit, they call it Section 125 cafeteria plan. The other one is a research and development credit. But why a lot of people use our plan as a door opener? For example, Ed. Let's say Ed uses Terry's list and he goes to a new restaurant, 55 employees, and they love his presentation, they love his products, but they don't have the budget. So he could ask them a simple question. Why don't you use some of the money you get back from your payroll tax credit to buy this equipment? And they said, payroll tax credit, getting money back? We don't know about that. And right there, all he does, he just introduces them to our company. I didn't say sell, I didn't say customer service, just introduce them to Dreams. And for 55 employee restaurant, that would be more or less like $4,000, $5,000 a month. Now, if you're able to show a restaurant where they have $5,000 a month that was sitting on the table that they didn't know about, is there a chance that they would look at your product? And at the same time, you get paid from Dreams not $1,500, about $700 a month each and every month just for the introduction. So that's the whole idea about it. It's a great service for the restaurants. The employees also get about $100 a month, plus a set of health benefits for the whole family. So the employer makes money, the employees make money, and they get health benefits, and nobody has to pay anything. It's something to look at. Thank you. My name is Tom Thornhill, phone number 561-358-9661. And what I spoke about there was just one of 8 ways that we really help any type of business that has 10 or more employees.
Okay, thank you. TRN Terry.
Hi, everyone. As Tom said, I supply a list, me and my team, each month of what is coming into Florida. Doesn't matter where it's at. The entire state is covered. Excel spreadsheet. You can sort it any way you'd like. We try and keep the cities and everything all together. Owner's name, phone number, email address, size, and we're getting so many. It's unbelievable. I was just at a restaurant. Okay, well, it's closed and now it's going to be something else in about 4 months. Like what? I was just here. There's one waiting to come in for everything that's closing. And there are a lot closing and have closed. So I'm not really sure. The only thing I can really credit it to is that people are always going to eat out. There's always going to be a need for somebody to go to a restaurant, want to go to a restaurant. And any service that this group or that we can provide, we will, to make everything easier for the restaurant owner. And we do have people that watch. So when they see your name, they see what you do, they listen to your presentation. That is a big plus for anybody here. So my job is to make sure that my team does their job for the entire month, and we have that list ready no later than the 9th. And it's actually been a lot sooner now. So with a lot more leads, guaranteeing 50 a month, just in the under construction and planning phases. I got 2 big leads this morning on 2 places coming in. One's going to be a 14,000 square foot pool hall with a massive dining area. And that I'm doing research on right now. That's going to be a big deal. Food truck parks, major big deal now. You can still get to the owners. They still need everything that we have. Brian, they can still get, they need equipment. They need back of the house. They still need everything. They have major employees. And I'm telling you, some of these buses, when you go in, they have indoor seating inside. It's unbelievable, and outside. So they have maybe 4 or 5 employees, 6 employees, truly unbelievable. But I supply a list. If anybody wants a sample that's not getting it, I'm happy to send it to you. TERRI@TRNUSA.com. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Okay, thank you. And Jeremy in New York, are you still with us?
He's on mute.
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here. My name is Jeremy Veladas. I own a group of like 8 places, mostly in New York City. I'm involved in, I own one and involved in another one in North Carolina. I had one question today. Well, I'll give you my number. And to the gentleman, Jeremy, who spoke, is 917-846-3835. And please feel free to text me and anybody else who wants to for whatever reason. I had a question. Sorry, I was speaking to a woman. I missed the dream guy, what he had to say. I don't know what it was. It sounds like that was a payroll company also. But thank you guys for everyone being on here. And of course, for setting the whole thing up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy, and you take care.
Thanks, Terry. And of course, Howard.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, we got a couple.
Can somebody just explain what the dream thing was? Maybe the dream guy?
I'm
always interested in the dream. You know?
Tom, explain the dream thing is.
Hello, Tom.
Tom, can you hear me?
Tom, you there?
I don't think he's hearing us.
Mr. Thornhill, are you still with us? Tom, are you there?
I was on mute.
There you
go. Go ahead.
I was on. What would you like?
Jeremy,
explain the dream program again.
the dream program.
Oh, yeah. With Dreams is a conglomerate of engineers, accountants, insurance people, human resource people, but they have identified 8 areas where they could save companies a lot of money without the companies in any one of the areas having to pay any money at all upfront for the service. 2 other areas, tax credits. One is a payroll tax credit, and one is a R&D tax credit. What we have found is that over 90%, 98%, 99% of the companies you meet, they do not know anything about these credits. The accountants didn't tell them about it. Now, the accountants, we're not asking them to change their accountant. We would just do the work to work the credit up, and then their accountant could do the tax, make the changes, the tax adjustments. But the one that I like and I work with a lot is the payroll tax credit, because the way our company works, anybody could join, anybody could have this product as part of their portfolio, and every company needs it. Every company qualifies for it once you have 10 employees or more. And the bottom line is that with the payroll tax credit, the employer gets back he saves on taxes about $900 per employee per year. So a 100-person company would get back $90,000, which is about $8,000 a month that he's getting back that was being left on the table. The employees would each increase their paychecks from the very next paycheck about $100 a month. So the employees get $100 a month, plus they get a whole slew of very, very important health benefits. Even though they have health insurance already, or they may have, this just goes at the side of it. Free prescription drugs, money paid to them when they go to the hospital for them and their whole family. So the employees get a lot of good benefits, which somebody made a statement. The employer now has a more robust benefit package, which helps with hiring good employees, which helps with retention. So he has a better package. He makes money. The employees take more money at home. And that's just on one of the verticals, we call it, that we use as the payroll tax credit. The R&D tax credit is, we are getting companies back, $2, $3, $4 million that was lying on the table and they didn't know about it. $2, $3, $4 million. And we as the salespeople, we get paid very, 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 very well. And most of the time, the way we get paid residually. We get paid every single month, because 5 out of the 8 programs, the companies see these savings every month. So that's what Dreams Business Resources does.
Okay, Jeremy? New York, Jeremy?
Oh, yeah, I'll go again. I guess. So thanks again for today, guys. Couple of areas I like to look in is manufacturers and distribution. A lot of times they've had accidents, so on a workers' comp, we can affect the rate by resetting their mod rating for them, and then offering an incentive program. So that's really big. Manufacturers, distributors, we can really help a lot of those guys. And again, once again, restaurants are our kit and caboodle, and 48% of our clients are restaurants. So that's our number one base of customers. My phone number is 904-295-5110.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming today. And we'll see you all next week with Chris Kaufman going to be presenting. That should be interesting. Yeah. And have a great weekend. And let the sauce be with you.